Hey guys, Rickshaw here and little Rickshaw Ed.
Hello.
How's my baby today?
Okay.
That's good. Well, we're winding down our day. We got a lot of things done. Got our mostly stuff put away. We have these blue bins there. We're going to go ahead and make the bed things up high enough so we could roll them under there for more storage. I got my helmets hung up there. I think I showed that before. I am going to have a vlog about what's going on. My neighbor down there, I don't know if you can see that too good. I was talking to him. He sells load and stuff. He has the water station. Went and got some water, so I was going up there to get some load and talk to him. And he has a story about his place, and then also the other fellow over there to the right. They have their own stories to tell about there, and they want to get on here. They didn't know I had a vlog. They've been doing things back and forth, and I'll just let them say it instead of me, beating a dead horse. I'll let them vent on here as much as they want. But we're gonna be heading down. Hopefully my check cleared, and we have to go check. You can't, it's just silly. You can't call the bank. The bank's way down in Carmona, and if you call them on the phone and say, the check clear, they're not allowed to tell. So we have to drive down there to see. So if it is, on the way home, we're going to stop at Tagaytay, and we're going to get our dining room and everything ordered up. I have all the dimensions for it. It's going to be a custom table. And then we're also going to look and see if they can make us a cabinet. I would like a cabinet that had like glass in the doors so you could see through it, to keep this beautiful light we have coming through. That would be really good. I don't want to start blocking light off. It's very bright in this house. It's one of the things I really like. I know when this one goes up here, that'll knock some of the light down, but that's the West End. I'm not too worried about that. I don't know what'll happen when they'll be tearing this one down. There's an owner of that ground already. They say he's an army guy, and they'll be tearing that little place down and then putting up another one. And it goes right to the end of the wall, so we may lose some light on that. Time will tell. We're in here now for however long it takes until we go to build. We go to get our other one started. I don't know how it's going to work. If we do go to Mindoro or not, or do it somewhere around here. That would be. I just have a design for like more of a retirement home for me. That'll be one story. Because these ones down the road, this will belong to the kids, and we were actually thinking of as these places as one goes for sale in here, grab another one for the kids. So that would be a something, so they're all handy to each other. And there seems to be in this area, it's a very industrious place. There seems to be plenty of work. So at least we could always have a home base for them. I did talk to the one neighbor. I know all these here belong to Demeter Land, and they're developing it. But up in the front section here, the fellow was telling me you can actually buy a lot still up there, and then do your own. You could do your own place, and that's why it'd be nice to have this one here, and then I could go and run the show up there, basically. I had somebody comment before, "Oh, you know better than the Filipinos on how to build a house," and yes, I do. I believe I could do a much better job than some of the places. Some of the places I've seen. I have seen some pretty nice ones too, though. But I still hear horror stories from the people who own them about things that went wrong. I know I did some big beautiful houses and stuff, and you didn't see too much trouble with the quality. Worked for 3 different builders when I was doing the residential, and just fantastic places. Even some of the big monstrous ones. Even when I went out to California, the guy who was the forensic pathologist, the big famous one that's on TV, and we went out and did his place, and just fabulous. And that thing, when they turned it over, it was just absolutely splendid. Everything worked. I remember we had to get a lift in there to hang this chandelier. The place they had a great center. It was all balconies around. Nicest kitchen I ever seen in my entire life. Walk-in refrigerators. You opened up the door, it looked like a double-door, big monstrous refrigerator, and one of them was a hallway to the freezer, and the other one was this big chiller. This guy went all out. That was an absolutely fantastic home, and everything worked right. There was no problems with anything when they turned it over. There was a punch list, and on our end of the punch list, it was one of the phones. Somebody who put the phone in, they crossed the red and the green wire, and that was the only thing on our list. And then the plumber in the one bathroom, they wanted the red and blue things, and he had just the handles crossed on the wrong side. It must have been his helper, and that was their only punch list thing. And then there was a punch list on the window, and it wasn't because the windows were installed improperly. It's because they weren't cleaned. They hired a company, and that wasn't on the window installers or the carpenters. That was a company that came in and cleaned up after everything was done. It just seems to me you don't. I never heard of too many really bad things happening in the States when it came to turning something over. Plus even buildings. I got into doing these little mini strip malls and stuff with all these Insta-Hots and a lot of things like that. So we just never had that much of a problem. I actually worked when I was in California on a big Section 8 project, and our punch list again was just minor stuff. Little phone, mostly phone. Because a lot of the guys they always mix up, and I did it too when I was young. Mixed up the wires on the phone because they're not color coded to match, and you get a brain fart, and you're in a hurry. You're trying to get done at the end of the day, and yeah, I've crossed it myself. So it just happens. So, but we're going to be heading out tomorrow, and then we got our little one's birthdays coming up pretty soon. We got him. We'll get him some cake. I did see a sale on ice cream at the store the other day, and I bought some, but they saw me put it in the freezer, so they've been hounding me for days. So today we actually sat down and ate a little bit of ice cream. So I'll have to get another one. But I still have to tidy up a few things back in our old neighborhood. Matty, when we were over at our friend's house, he left his super speedy race car, so we have to go pick that up. I didn't get the water bill. I forgot to leave it, and you can't pay the water without the water bill. You can't say, oh, it's for this name of the house, and here's it. No, you have to have the bill. So, and it's in the car. I didn't give it to the neighbor because it was in the car, and I just forgot. I thought I left it there for him, but I didn't. I have it. So we have to go in there and take care of that tomorrow. If they're open, you never know when that place is going to be open. So I may just have to leave it with the neighbor. But I want to get that all tidied up, because the last place we were at, I do have to say, Evan Delavan, I know he watches this from time to time. I think he was a pretty damn good landlord, as landlords go. That's for sure. I had one landlord. The only horror story I ever had with a landlord was the dude. I told him when I rented the place, it was an upstairs, and I told him, hey, you got carpenter ants bad, and there was a leak on the back porch in the, somebody had just jerry-rigged it and threw some roofing shingles over this thing to try to keep the water out. Well, what it did was just covered up a wet spot where all these carpenter ants were. So I told the landlord, hey, it was what they call a garbage back porch. You couldn't really sit on it. It was just right off the kitchen, and you just put your garbage cans out there, and then you had to carry them back in the house and down the stairs to get out, because it was on like the landing. Well, what happened was we got a long distance call, and you can't be letting that hang on, and I stepped out on the back porch, and it collapsed. the porch just collapsed with me on it, because it just broke away from the house, and it smashed the neighbor's motorcycle, and I got bounced around and scratched up really bad, and the landlord had me evicted. It was the strangest thing. I mean, I had been telling him about it, and I honestly have to say I forgot, that it was bad. I wasn't really going out there much. I wasn't even putting the garbage cans out there anymore because it was chewed. I didn't realize it was going to collapse, to be honest with you, but yeah, he evicted me for that. Now, he went and paid the neighbor's motorcycle, but he didn't pay me for getting all scratched and beat up or anything like that. He just came up and said, get out, and served me an eviction notice. He didn't actually do it. He had somebody else do it. So I don't go where I'm not wanted. I just got the heck out. I'm sure I could have fought it. But I'm not going to fight somebody like that. So I just grabbed my stuff and moved out. And it worked out really well, because right after that place, a friend of mine's father, he was getting up there, and he wanted somebody to come live with him, because he was starting to get Alzheimer's, and not bad, but starting to get it, and he was worried, and he was retired, living by himself in a house, and he said, hey, if you come here, all you have to do is pay the electric bill. I'll pay everything else. And if you want a phone, the guy didn't have a phone. He says, if you want a phone, and I didn't care to have a phone. There was no cell phones back then. I didn't want one. If somebody, I just didn't want no damn phone. So we just basically had an electric bill at the house, and we stayed there with him for quite a long time. I don't remember how long, but a pretty long time, and it was super cheap. It was able for us to save up some money, and it worked out well. But funny how things go in life. But that fella, he wound up, his son wound up moving in with him, and the last time I saw him, he was just gone. His Alzheimer's just took him over. But he was up in his 80s, and he still had red hair. I thought he dyed his hair, but he still had this red hair. And I asked my buddy Tom, I says, hey man, what, you dyeing his hair? And he goes, no, he's never dyed his hair. He just didn't get gray. He had a little gray around, had a little gray around here, and a couple gray hairs right here, but he was a real Irishman, Irish and Scottish, and he had that red hair and like a Brillo pad too. I mean, his hair was something, but he was a nice old guy, and it was a shame that he wound up going out that way. But he lived way up into his 90s, and then actually what happened was my buddy passed away before he did, and then they wound up putting him in a home, and went out there to see him, and he was up in his 90s, and he was good to us, and it was a shame. Like I say, it's a shame to see that's how he went out. But people say it's so horrible for people with Alzheimer's, and I say no. They're pretty lucky. They get to make new friends every day. The problem is the people taking care of them. That's the trouble with folks like that. I don't seem to see too much of that here in this country. What you see here is the thing that really got me is I can't believe how many people die of kidney failure here and diabetes. Oh my goodness, the diabetes is just horrible. They don't get it treated, so they never get to where they're hacking their legs off and all this, because they either wind up stroking out or having a heart attack or something. But the diabetes is just rampant here. But if you look at the diet, what they eat, everything is sugar-based. Carbohydrates with the rice and just sugar-based. And what do? They take rice and they sugar the heck out of it. They eat a lot of sweets here. I can't eat that many sweets. There's a couple of them I like. Yeah.
The one that you're finding?
Yeah, we found that little one. But I do like the mahi. I think it's called mahi. It's a rice, coconut and rice. Not rice, but coconut and corn thing. That one, I do like to eat that one. But a lot of the sweet stuff here, like the banana Q and all this, they basically take a banana and they cover it in brown sugar and then they fry it. I mean, bananas are sweet in the first place. What do you need sugar for? And what do you need to fry it for? But they do that, and they have them little places all over around that people are cooking that in their big wok. They got a little motorized tricycle or a pedal trike, and they're selling them. They're making a living selling those things. People just suck them up. And peanut vendors and stuff, they just sell that like crazy. And it's all fried using the same oil. We watch that. We use the ghee. Not too loud, guys. We use the ghee. I'm going to get ready to make some more. I have my special ghee pan there. Probably tomorrow when we're out, I'm going to pick up. Scott Brinks, I believe it was, said that he used salted butter for his ghee. Everything I saw was unsalted. The ghee we had was pretty good. I think I cooked it a little bit, got a little browner than I want, but it did pick up a nice color. But I have my pencil burner. We're loving our stove. We are absolutely 100% loving the stove. And by the way, guys, guess what? No, I cannot change the doors on that refrigerator. There's no provision to change that door at all. It's got some kind of a thing that blows through into the door just on the one side, and then it's also got this UV light to clean it, and it ionizes the air and runs it through. It's to help keep it clean and fresh smelling. I got that running, so no, you can't change the door. Hi, handsome.
Hello.
Say hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
But I mean, we're really getting in here and getting her. My sweetie was working most of the day today. I'll show you. She got a lot of stuff, out from under there. And this one here, a lot of this will go up. We're gonna get the bed thing, get these blue things so they're up under the bed, and then we'll get the couch. And then the custom table, they said once we give them some money and get them to started, that it'll only take them about a week or so, if they haven't gotten busy since we talked to them last time. But that's kind of cool. But a lot of stuff. We were talking about it. We're loving this kitchen. I know it's small, but I'm getting things hung where I want. I got some cool stuff from Lazada. I got no light in here yet. I got to buy a light, as you can see. But I got a nice little hanger thingy from Lazada here. Got all my stuff that we use all the time. My chicken scissors. These are great, real good scissors. And the pots we use mostly, and the stuff. That's my ghee pot. This is actually, I don't really use it as a colander. I use it either as a steamer. It fits perfectly on my one pot, or I can turn it upside down for a popcorn popper. I love this little guy here too. I'm glad we got the nice one. But I love the kitchen, and I like that we have a little outside area. And like I say, the place it's small. It's not real big, but I'll tell you what, it's cozy, and we're liking it. We're liking it. The company is working to get things turned around, and I hope that's exactly what happens. I hope they turn around the little things that we're having. We got on plumbing and electrical. We only have 6 months, and on the rest of everything else, it's 1 year. That's why we can't put an awning up or anything. It'll void the warranty. I haven't asked them if they'll do it, if it would. So I just don't know. I just don't know what's gonna go on that. But I would like to have, if I have to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy one of those canopies that you can stand up. I saw a small one. I was at the mall, and I might even just make one for the back. Just get some, I could do it out of EMT and just run it up there and make like a little roof thing, just to keep the washer out of the rain, because the rainy season will be coming along. We're getting spritzers of rain almost every day now. Lots of chain lightning, and once the rainy season starts here, even just having that washer covered in plastic, I'd like to have a little roof over it. And I like to sit outside. I'd like to have another one over there so that I can, so I could sit outside. I don't like to sit in the house much. I always like to be outside, but I don't want to sit out in the rain. So, but this one eventually, I would love to, have this all the way out to here with a roof, even if it's aluminum. I was thinking we could build a deck out there, over the carport area, but that's just a small little area for us. We're still looking for the wrought iron. It was another thing of when I saw the one I wanted, I should have bought it back then, just like we did the fridge and the stove and all that stuff, because we can't find it now. And it was just such a really nice table, and I liked it because it was a half circle. It was flat. It would go against the wall, and then it had a nice table that came out more than half a circle. It kind of bulged out pretty good. And then they had two really nice matching wrought iron chairs, almost like a turquoise aged copper look to it, and black. And it was solid. I mean, these things were solid wrought iron, very heavy, and I was like, for up there, they'd be perfect. And they also had, what was nice, because the tile, they had really good rubber stoppers on the bottom, and the price wasn't too bad for what it was. I believe it was like $16,000 for it. But I should have bought it then. I had the money. I should have bought it. I should have just said okay and bought it. And you assemble it, so it came in a big flat box. And I should have just stored it. But now that we're looking for it, even the store that we saw it, we can't find it over in Das Marinas. Just don't have it. And we're hitting stores as we go here. I was actually really let down at the S&M over here. Their not the appliance, but their furniture area in the store. All they had was like the super El Cheapo stuff. And then we went to this other big furniture store. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's a famous one, old. They had like pretty cheap stuff and plastic stuff, which we just had to get going here. But then when you walk to the back, instead of having a mid section of furniture that what I would want to buy, then it went to this super high-end stuff. I mean, really nice stuff. I'm looking at this furniture going, some of the leather on there, and it said crafted by Filipinos on the tags on a couple of them I looked. And I'm going to tell you, when Filipinos when they put their minds to doing something really good, they sure as hell can. I remember when it was after Pinatubo, and I was going on the road to the mountain. They have all these furniture guys building. I don't remember the town. It was long ago when I was on a bus, and I saw the furniture. So I asked the bus guy, I said, hey, if you drop me here. He says, well, we don't have a stop here. I said, yeah, but if you drop me here so I could go see the furniture, will I be able to pick up another bus later? Yeah. I'll radio him and let him know. I said, because I got to check this out. This is just too cool. And he was a cool driver, let me off. And it was a long walk, and one of the things I saw that just amazed me, it was a father, the mother, and 3 young kids. The girl had to be maybe 13. The boy was probably about 10. And then there was another little smaller boy. And the father was turning out these chairs, and the boy had his wooden mallet and a chisel, a homemade chisel, and he was cutting designs in the backs of the chair before they put the finish on it. And the girl was doing the finishes. And this kid knocked this stuff out. It was the coolest looking stuff. And I had walked down, and when I came back, the girl had already put the finish on it. And I'm looking at this going, this kid, about 10 years old, was already a craftsman. And the dude, the chairs that he was making were absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. And the tables and all the stuff they were making, it was made out of that, I think it's the Nara wood. It's their I believe it's their mahogany, they call it here. Real heavy stuff. And I'm looking at this furniture thinking, man, this stuff's going to last you 100 years. If the bugs don't get it. But the Filipinos can really do some nice stuff. Hi, baby.
Hello.
You're a Filipina, aren't you?
No.
What are you?
I don't know. A monkey head.
Oh, sorry, guys. She's a monkey head.
No, a monkey butt.
Oh, no. Gosh. What happened with that? How'd you get to be a monkey butt?
I don't know.
You don't know? But what about you? Are you a Filipino?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See?
I'm a monkey head.
Oh, you're a monkey head. What's with you guys? Are you guys all getting giddy and goofy?
No.
You know what I did? I gave this one here some coffee. That's what's the matter with this one right here. It went to your brain already. Hey, do you guys get goofy from your mom's side of the family?
Banana.
Where do you get it from?
I'm from you.
Me?
No, from the banana, yeah.
Oh, from the... Well, guys, you see how it is at Rick Shaw's house, don't you? Little Miss Shawette and little Mr. Shaw, huh? Mr. Handsome. You guys are my beautiful babies. Moo's up with Granny. Moo is the ladies' man of the family. He's the ladies' man, and he hangs with the chicks every chance he gets. So he's up there with Grandma, and I asked him why you love Grandma so much. He said, because she's squishy. So that's something. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. If we're able to get to Gaitai, I'm going to bring the camera with me tomorrow if I don't forget it. And if we get down to the furniture place, I'll take some pictures of some of the furniture there. And I do want to get out. The next time we go into Padre Garcia, I want to bring the camera there and show you some of the places over there and show you a little bit around the area. Maybe even a drive in and out through here. This is it is a nice neighborhood, and so far I'm really impressed with the neighbors I'm meeting, and even the workman guys here. Everybody I'm running across there are being pretty cool, and the workmen live down in that little. They live down in a homemade wooden shack. They got a little latrine built up over there along the wall. I was actually surprised when I walked over there. There was a young kid in there, and I says, "Hey, can you mind if I come through and look at the wall?" That's their house. He said, "Oh, come on." He was cool with it. Over here, the river seems like it's down pretty far, but when you get way over there where their shack is and you look down, I'm not kidding you, it looks like it's 100-foot drop. And I mean, it's about straight down. There's no way, if you would go over this wall, you would fall all the way down to the river. There's nothing you could hang on to. It would be like, it's just almost like a sheer cliff. I hope the wall don't fall into the river, if we get big rains or something. That is really steep over there, and it's not that high, so I really got to keep an eye on the kids. These kids like to, get up on areas like this and walk on it and all this stuff, so, I'm going to have to pretty much keep them away from there, because the wall in a lot of places is pretty bad. It's really low over here, but if you went over this wall, there's a place you could land, and if you did you could actually probably get yourself down to the river. But over there, you fell, you'd be hurting real bad. So, but they're having a good time today. We did a little bit of walking, a lot of bike riding. His bike, same thing as the back. They didn't clear the hole out for the valve, and it cut the valve, so there's no fixing that. So I got to go get another tube. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or the next day, and then I'll ream that out, clean it up. It just took a little bit longer for that one to do it, but it's the exact same thing, exact same as the back wheel. They just never deburred when they drilled the hole and it cut through the valve stem. So I'll get him up and running because he loves his bike. I mean, he's the one who really likes to ride more than anyone else. Moo, he don't matter. He'll ride this scooter thing or a bike or whatever he's got, or even walk. But Maddie, he loves his bike, and Dorothy, she rides the heck out of her bike too. So we want to get some. Faye and I want to get bikes so we can ride in here. It'd be nice to go for an hour-long ride. I won't take them out on the road or anything, but we can ride a long way in here, all up and down the streets and stuff. The association here pretty much got the dogs taken care of. The only problem with the one dog down there that just barks and harasses, comes up here all the time, is pooping all over. It jumps the fence. It gets right over the fence. So the only way that guy's going to keep that dog in is to tie it. He's going to have to tie this thing because she just goes right over and she's nasty. I don't believe she's going to bite me or anything, but I sure hate the idea of stepping in a dog pie. We went out for a walk after dark tonight, and I had my head, my miner's lamp on just so we could watch for Pooh, and I got to keep the kids from getting too far ahead because she's got a lot of piles over there. And and over here now, she comes over here, and they feed her really good because she's leaving a lot of pies. I don't see any other dogs now loose here. And when you go up to the other end, there's none loose. Most of the people got the smaller dogs here, like he's got a couple smaller dogs, and they're walking them. Everybody was walking their dog on a leash. In the evenings, you see him. The fella came down here. When he got to the end, the dog took a poo-poo, and he had a plastic bag, and the dude picked it up. He picked up the poo-poo in the plastic bag, and when he was going back through here, you could see he had it tied on his belt in the plastic bag. So that is just too cool. I was really happy to see that. Some of these people in here really take good care of their pets. They're not just leaving them run around, because most of the houses I've seen have dogs. Most of them. I think there's only a couple of them I've seen that didn't have dogs. Now, and there was only 2 nuisance ones where they were leaving them out. And I guess the one fella down here, Baron guy, came in and told him it was last warning. Now he's got that mean dog chained inside the yard. And he's kind of like a pack rat guy. And there's another dog in there, but it doesn't look like it's a mean one. So, but we're just chilling. It's like about 9:30. I'm letting the kids stay up a little bit late because it's just such a beautiful evening. We are hearing crickets today. Either that or it's maybe little tiny toads. We did see some frogs in here. I haven't seen any snakes around at all. Not yet. Not a one. No snake casings. I walked all up and through here today. I didn't see any snake casings. Saw some frogs. Saw some little tiny ones, more like toads. That could be what's chirping now. But today the roosters aren't going crazy. Maybe it seems like when the lightning's on, they don't seem to go as crazy. But the dogs around here, if we walk that back street, I don't know if they smell us because the way the air is moving. Because we're quiet, they start barking like crazy. We had one last night that I'm surprised he didn't die, because he barked nonstop from midnight all the way up until the sun came up. Just barf, 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 just never stopped. So that was very, very strange. Maybe he's so hoarse he can't bark today. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And you all take care. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.